Hello and welcome to this new video for me. And I gotta say, it feels a little weird to say that because it's been over 5 weeks, but I'm happy to announce that I will be back from now on with common uploads, like 2 to 3 videos per week. And also a lot of stuff has happened that I had to take care of, some urgent stuff especially, and that's why we had no videos for 5 weeks. But since the last video, I also was able to win another regional, which is pretty funny. But I can assure that I am back now with more regular content as well. But sometimes life is more important, and I hope you understand that. Anyways, today our opponent is one of the greatest players of all time, Gabriel Agati. He is the best Brazilian player ever and definitely one of the best players in the world because his resume is insane. As far as I know, he won 2 regionals, which is something not a lot of people have achieved so far, but his internationals are on another level. He got top 4 in LAIC 2017, I think it was. He got second in NAIC 2022, where he lost against James Evans, and he got second in EUIC 2023, where he lost against Paul Chua. But like 3 international top 4s, 2 finals appearances, that is something really a lot of players dream of, me included, and that's why he's one of all time's best. So I'm really happy to get the chance to play against him. We never played against each other, online tournaments, offline tournaments, GC, I guess that also counts as an online tournament, but I was never able to play against Agati, so that's a first for me, so I'm looking forward to it. And I'm using a team that you might have seen before, but since there's no paste or rental available, I thought that's where I can jump in to help you. So it's a Calyrex Shadow Rider Zamazenta team, but there's also a Ting Lu. The Ting Lu is probably the most interesting part about the team, but we will get to that later. First, what did this kind of team achieve? It had an 8-0 day 1 in Utrecht, piloted by Samuel Pereira. You can find his Twitter in the description below. Unfortunately, he just finished in top 32, but that's still an incredible feat to go undefeated in day 1 with such an interesting team. But that's not just it. Aaron Brock used the very same team to get a 7-1 result in day 1 in the Portland regionals with. I do not know how well he did in day 2 because I'm recording this before the day 2 even happened, and that's why you also see this upload on Monday. I'm really curious. Maybe this team won it all. I don't know. You will know when you see this. But yeah, shout outs to Aaron Brock as well. You can find his Twitter in the description as well. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the team. So first of all, we've got Calyrex Shadow Rider. And I thought it was pretty interesting. There was this one tweet, I think it was from Dill Yeomans, where he said, you can see a Calyrex Shadow Rider Zamazenta team and you can immediately tell if a player was a Cali Shadow or a Zamazenta player. And I gotta say, this looks more of a Zamazenta approach to me because you have the Chiempo as a partner, you have Raging Bolt, which we have seen a couple of times on Zamazenta as well, Amungus obviously, and Tinglu you don't see on either Calyrex on Zamazenta usually, but this team is more of a Zamazenta team than a Kelly Shadow team, gotta say that. But we've got some interesting picks. We've got the Focus Sash, Kelly Shadow with a Straw Brush, Psychic, Anchor, and Protect. And the Ting Lu, I can already say it carries Sand Tomb. So you can trap your opponent, and trapping paired with Anchor is devious, and that's pretty cool. I'm running the Terra Normal variant. Samuel Pereira used the Terra Ghost variant, but I know we have like White Guard Zamazenta, we've got a two dark types, but I'm still a little scared of just Astral Barrage spam, and that's why I want to run Terra Normal. Aaron Brock also used Terra Normal, so that's alright. And as you can see, I'm not just running max, I'm running 244 special attack, because that doesn't change any calcs pretty much. But with 4 defense, you increase the chance to survive a Jolly Terra Stellar or Terra Water Searching Strikes from Urshifu. I saw some Rock Tomb Choice Scarf Urshifu, and I thought they might be Jolly. And with 4 defense, the roll from 85% drops to 14%, and that's why you should run 4 defense on your Shadow Rider. I'm also running 4 HP, because that's a good HP stat to get extra Grassy Terrain recovery. Works especially well if you have Rillaboom on the team, which leads me to the next point. I think Montana Mod used 5 of the same 6 Pokemon, but Assault Vest Rillaboom instead of Assault Vest Tinglu on that team, and he was able to get an 801 in Portland. So the core 5 of Kelly, Shadow, Zamazenta, Champa, Raging Bolt, and Amoonguss seem to work very well, so that's why I'm testing it out today. You can find the rental and the paste in the description as well. Do not forget that. But Focus Sash Kelly Shadow is just a threat that everybody has to deal with. You can bring it almost every time. Obviously, your opponent can bring 4 dark types, but if they have 4 dark types, that opens up your partner, Zamazenta. The interesting part about the Zamazenta is that it is Terra Water instead of a more common Terra Dragon. I'm not convinced on Terra Water, because you cannot defensively Terra out of Electro Drift, and Miraidon is just the most used Pokemon. And that's why I think Terra Dragon is nice against Miraidon especially, but Terra Water helps you more against combinations of like Koraidon, Fluttermane, because you suddenly survive Moonblast close combat. If you are Terra Dragon, you are always pinned by that. We are 1 point faster than Kyogre, you know the drill. We get the jump point in defense. We have a good HP step, because that way we survive 36 modest Electro Drift nonetheless, and a max special attack Timid Electro Drift is like an 18% chance to one-hit KO, so I really like this bulky Zama. It's pretty much the same Zama spread I used from day 1 in Regulation I. You can check that video out as well, but yeah, I'm really curious to see if Zamazenta can still hold up, because people call Zamazenta a fraud. It's on the decline, let's be honest. It is getting outperformed by Koraidon and Lunala even, but I still think people should not sleep on Zamazenta, because the bulk and the support Zamazenta provides is just insane, and Body Press is still a move you have to deal with. And if you say, oh, I just use my Psychic and Ghost types, again, Shadow Rider can Astral Barrage both, and that's why this combination is so strong. Since we used the Focus Sash on the Kelly Shadow, we cannot use the Focus Sash on the Chiampao. That's why we have a Life Orb on it, and Life Orb Terra Stellar gets some nasty damage. You can suddenly one-hit KO Calyrex Ice Rider with Crunch, which is pretty cool. I know that Aaron Brock used Taunt, but I'm not a fan of Ice Spinner, Sucker Punch, Taunt to protect Life Orb Chiampao, and that's why I'm using Crunch instead. You can obviously also use Throat Chop, but I really like the Death Drop chances. Ice Spinner is good to remove the electric terrain from Miraidon, because then your Zamazenta can take the Electro Drifts better, but you can also remove the grassy terrain from Rillaboom, so that Rillaboom and maybe some partners like Ogapon Halflame cannot go for Grassy Glide against Calyrex Shadow Rider anymore. I guess they can go for it, but it won't have the priority effect. And that's pretty cool. I'm running a Jolly Nature. Some people might argue, oh, if you run Terra Stellar Life Orb, you can also run Adamant to go for maximum damage with Sucker Punch. But I think since there are a lot of 135 base speed Pokemon in Koraidon, Miraidon, Fluttermane, I think 135 base speed Pokemon should run a Jolly Nature. I also forgot opposing Chiampao. I mean, we don't have Sacred Sword, but if opposing Chiampao is also Double Dark Ice Spinner or Icicle Crash, it can get pretty important to outspeed those. I'm really looking forward to test out this very offensive Chiampao. You just have to keep in mind you have no focus sash, so you have no second life on this Chimpo, so you really have to use it well to get value out of it. Next up, we've got Raging Bolt, and it's a magnet Raging Bolt. It makes sense because the booster energy item, you could play it, but this Raging Bolt on this particular team might switch out a couple of times. Like if you lead Zama Raging Bolt, you can switch Raging Bolt to Champa to get a sort of win boost, or you switch Raging Bolt to Tinglu to get the Vessel of Wuhan activated. And this Raging Bolt really helps in the Dondozo matchup, I feel like, because otherwise you don't have a lot of things to hit Dondozo with. And Terra Electric Magnet Raging Bolt is also a good Pokemon for priority. Like Terra Electric Magnet boosted Thunderclaps hurt a lot, and especially with a modest nature and a lot of special attack investment, as you can see here, you can get to really good damage. The combination of Thunderbolt and Thunderclap should knock out pretty much every Shadow Rider. That's what I'm EV'd for, and the defense helps to survive. I think it was Adamant Ice Spinner, as well as Jolly Icicle Crash from Chiempao, as well as 116 Adamant Glacial Lance from Ice Rider, and the 28 special defense helped to survive 2 Astral Barrages from Focus as Shadow Rider, as well as a +2 Astral Barrage. Maybe if a Carrick Shadow Rider carries Nasty Plot, or if it gets 2 KOs before, we can still survive that, which is pretty cool. 12 in speed, because that's the remaining stuff. There's not a lot of stuff currently running around with speed range. Other Raging Bolt, I guess, but that's pretty much it. Willowboom runs around 108 speed, so that's a lot to invest for, not really worth it. And other 75 speed base speed Pokemon like Smeargle tend to run max speed, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to run a lot of speed on Raging Bolt. I think it's either a lot of speed on Raging Bolt near max, or pretty much no speed. And I decided to run pretty much no speed because I think the bulk and the special attack is just way more important in that kind of team. We also don't have any form of speed control, so we cannot pair it with Icy Wind or Thunder Wave, so I think 97 is actually a good speed stat. Next up, we've got Amoonguss. I think Amoonguss should be specially defensive in Rec. You might say we have Tinglu, we have a very bulky Zama, but I still want to survive a Draco Meteor outside of electric terrain from Miraidon, because I played against that team. I played against Samuel, and Amoonguss is always an annoying Pokemon, especially if it can survive a Draco Meteor. We still survive an I think it was Ice Spinner from Chiempao, as well as 36 Adamant Glacial Lance from Cali Ice. I was the person who played 36 Adamant Ice Rider at Utrecht, and I know that a lot of people from now on will play 36 Adamant, but that's why you don't need a bold nature on Amoonguss. A calm nature will get there as well. And we are running 48 speed, you know the drill. You want to underspeed Cali Ice and Trick Room to create the speed sandwich. Outside of Trick Room, you have Zamazenta and Cali Shadow. Inside of Trick Room, you have Amoonguss. And I'm really looking forward to use this mixed defensive Amoonguss. Rocky Helmet is very useful against Rapid Strike, Koraidon, and even more. And yeah, nothing much to say. I'm curious to see if Pollen Puff is actually better than Sludge Bomb, because on that team, what do you actually Pollen Puff? You can Pollen Puff, I guess, Tinglu, maybe Zama, but I'm not a big fan of Pollen Puff Amoonguss personally, but I will see how it does today. And last but not least, we've got Tinglu. I'm running 247 HP. That's the reason for that is to get so that the opponent gets less recovery with Leech Seed from Ice Rider, because starting at 248 it will get 1 HP more recovery, and that's why we are running 247 with 116 Impish. That way we can survive a Terra Stellar boosted Surging Strikes as well as Close Combat from Urshifu. We are running max special defense to max out the bulk from Tinglu. That way we can actually survive 2 Terra Fairy specs boosted Dazzling Gleam from Miraidon, which is kind of crazy. We don't play a lot of attack. Usually I would run Adamant Tinglu, but we don't have Stomping Tantrum, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Payback. Like, our only damage move is Stone Edge. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to run attack. I like Stone Edge as attack against Volcarona because otherwise Champo targets against Volcarona. I guess Terra Stellar Crunch with Life Orb still gets there, but Champo is not the greatest since it has Flame Body, Zamazenta is bad. Kelly Shadow doesn't do that much damage because Volcarona has good special defense, and that's where Stone Edge Tinglu can really help out. I'm not running a relaxed nature. You might say, okay, you have Snarl, so maybe it's important to not drop your special attack, but Snarl doesn't do that much damage anyways, and maybe for Tinglu Mirrors, it's better to go for Ruination before they can go for it, and that's why we're running 4 speed as well, and I'm really happy with the spread of Tinglu. I'm not entirely sure in which matchups Tinglu gets brought, like for Miraidon matchups, you just bring Champa, Zamazenta, Calyrex, Amoonguss, I feel like. I guess you can also bring Tinglu, but the other 4 are very good into those matchups as well. Maybe against some Shadow Rider teams, but Shadow Rider is usually paired with Zamazenta, and Tinglu doesn't want to take a body press. So I cannot tell you in which matchups Tinglu really excels in, but maybe we can find out together today. So let's jump into the game. Let's see if I can still keep winning against the top players. Agati, as I said today, let's do it. Alrighty, here we are. Can I beat Agati in a fist fight? Probably not. Can I beat him in a poker fight? A Pokemon fight, perhaps. He is using Protect Jumpluff. Usually you see other attacks on that slot. Black Glasses, Urshifu, Sash, Shadow Rider, Low Kick, Kowaidon. Okay, no collision codes, no close comments. That Low Kick, AV Iron Hands, and Helmet Instant. Okay. I really like how Terra Normal Shadow Rider matches up into him. He could lead with Kowaidon Jumpluff. Whoa, and I do not like that. I have only 1 Sleep Powder immunity in Shadow Rider. That is certainly not amazing. Gotta say that. Yeah, I don't like this. Raging Bolt as a lead is definitely not bad. Huh. We've got Stone Edge on Tinglu, but that is not going to help out that much. I like Bold Shadow Rider, like we can go for Astral Barrage, Thunderbolt stuff. We bring Zama, and I feel like Champo has to be brought for the Shadow Rider. I think Bold Shadow Rider is pretty decent against everything. Like, he could lead with Instant Shifu as well, go for Fake Out Wicked Blows, but we can just go for Astral Barrage, then maybe go for Anqua in the next turn. So yeah. Quite on top of. That was to be expected. Huh. Does he just go for Tailwind, or does he go for Sleep Powders? Like, Sleep Powder is not bad against this board, but which slot does he even Sleep Powder? Like, he doesn't have a safe Sleep Powder target. Since Raging Bolt against Jumpluff in the Sun, Terra Electric Thunderbolt would KO the Jumpluff. Like, I can go for Protect Terra Electric Thunderbolt. I think that's not bad. Like, even if he Sleep Powders Calyrex, I burn his Sleep Turn immediately. He's not going to click Sleep Powder Low Kick into Raging Bolt, I think. Okay, that's a Terra. Kowaidon, perhaps? So it's probably like, I could have clicked Fun. He Sleep Powders Raging Bolt and Flame Charges Shadow Rider. I could have clicked Thunderclap into Kowaidon Astral Barrage, then to KO Kowaidon immediately. But that's still not the end of the world, I guess. Like, it probably comes down to some sleep turns. Okay, he connects. That's fair. Does he really double for bold? I don't think so. Yeah. Now he can sleep powder with Shadow Rider if he wants to. I think I still wanna remove Jump Love. I have no switch in. Like, he has to connect another one. I can go for a Straw Rush, put it in Thunderclap range. Yeah, I think that's fine. I hate Jump Love. Like, these Sleep Powder mons are just so random. And he connects. Okay. That is... that was guaranteed. I should be able to survive that. It's not Life Orb. Should have Thunderclapped. Oh, what a terrible start into the game. That's not what you like to see, but Pow against Koraidon. Do we KO Terrafire Koraidon with Sucker Punch? Probably not. So I will go to Pow. And I already know that he will click with Flame Charge into my Shadow Rider. So that's why I think it's Ice Spinner into Jump Love and a Straw Barrage. He probably clicks Tailwind. Or does he just click Sleep Powder again? Man, what is my counterplay against that? I should have Thunderclapped, I know. Like, with Thunderclap I would have been in the game, but this is stressful. He just leaves Jump Love Koraidon and just Sleep Powders everything. Yeah, that's with Tailwind. Flame Charge into Shadow Rider. Oh, I could have protected. Man. That is rough. What am I supposed to do? Bring Amoonguss so that Amoonguss dies to one Flame Charge and Jump Love ignores Rage Powder anyways? Like, this is just frustrating and tilting. Like... Yeah, now he has Tailwind up. Probably goes for Flame Charge into Calyrex and Sleep Powder into Zama again. That's why I'm going for Heavy Slam Protect. I probably get a 3-turn sleep. He connects the next Sleep Powder. He could also just Flare Blitz the Zama. But like, I could go for Protect Astral Barrage. Wait, what? We get the Wake Up. Does he really target with Summer Center then? Wow. That is something I did not expect by any means. Because if I just click Astral Barrage here, I'm in a pretty good spot. You might not believe me. It's game. Maybe I can find out what he bought in the bag. Probably Shadow Rider and maybe Earth. Like, okay, I am not allowed to play the game. I understand. I understand that I am not allowed to play the game at all. Like, this game 1 is just pure frustration. Like, he just leads Jump Love, click Sleep Powder hits, click Sleep Powder hits, click Sleep Powder hits. Okay. But it's a good information that my Zamazenta survives a Terrafire Flare Blitz from Koraidon. I did not expect that. But that's certainly good to know. I would bounce back, I believe, but the problem is if I lead Zama, Zama does not KO either of those Pokemon, and then he can just do Sleep Powder shenanigans again. Oh, that is certainly a game one. He just sent me a smile. that is okay. He just sent me a smile. Like, okay. if you say so. Alrighty. I guess I could lead with Pow, but what if we are speed tying? Oh. Jumpluff is so cringe. Oh, Jumpluff is so cringe. Oh. Tinglu doesn't help, Among Us doesn't help. Maybe it's a Chiempao Bolt lead and bring Zama Shadow Island back. Because with Chiempao Bolt, he has to pick the correct target. Because I assume that my Bolt survives even a sort of wind boosted low kick. Which means I could go for Protect Terra Electric T-Bolt if he Sleep Powders the Pow. If he Sleep Powders the... Yeah, like... Are you serious? Okay. He's adamant. He has to be adamant. Like, I will calc this right now. If he is jolly with Sword of Wind, he never KOs. And with adamant max attack... Adamant max attack... Yeah, it's in my favor. He's adamant max attack. Oh. Oh. Come on. Adamant max attack... Oh. Adamant max attack. Now he has Tailwind set up. Do I go to Zama? Or do I go to CSR? Oh, my bad. That's my capture card. Hello? Hello? I cannot choose. Capture card. I will go Zama. What is going on with my capture card? Oh. Well, going Zama here is not amazing. I hate my capture card. Like, I always have issues when I don't want them to arise. I feel like it's always... which slot does he target? I feel like this play is fine, because next turn I can threaten a KO on the Koraidon with... Oh, he goes for Terra Ghost Barrage. And probably low kick into Zama then. Does my Zama survive that? I hope it does. With Sword of Wind, probably not. Like Terror, Ghost, and sort of window click. So he goes for another hard read. I could have clicked. I was thinking about Ice Spinner White Guard. Like, I'm so tilted. Losing to hard reads and, yeah. I don't know. Like, he goes for hard reads only and for sleep powders. I wish I would have had a good set. Like, this is the comeback to my YouTube channel and I just get ultra smoked. Maybe Zama survives. He's adamant, so probably not. Okay. I should have clicked White Guard nevertheless because he either clicks Anchor, okay, never mind, or Psychic into Zama or Astral Barrage. Should have White Guarded. If his last is Urshifu, I lost pretty much. If I White Guard here, next turn, no matter what switches in, I can White Guard again. He probably bought Urshifu as the last, so that's a loss. Iron Hands. Okay. If he doubles my CSR slots, I'm tilted. Oh, he doesn't fake out. I could have clicked Sucker Punch Protect. Come on. You do not wild charge my CSR. Like, out of all plays, you do not wild charge my CSR. This is not the correct play. But since he didn't click Fake Out into power, that means he wild charges my CSR. That is still not the correct play, but he goes for it, right? Hard reads, hard reads, hard reads. Like, this is honestly, since my better play, like, I thought my most obvious play is to click Sucker Punch into Calyrex and Protect with Shadow Rider. If I do that, like, he has to fake out Pow, and he can deny that. I feel like if he goes for, if I go for Sucker Punch Protect, then the next turn, it just ends in a 50. If I go for, like, Astral Barrage and he doesn't protect Calyrex and I win with Speed Tie, I win because next turn I can Psychic Iron Hands. Or I predict the Protect on Calyrex, I Psychic Iron Hands. After Wild Charge, I get a double knockout with Astral Barrage. Yes, I have to win a 50-50 and a Speed Tie, but wet way, like, with Fake Out, he had a guaranteed line pretty much. Hard, like, Jump Love and hard reads. Sorry that I'm so mad, but I haven't played a lot. Like, I haven't played much in a while, and this was one of the most unfun sets I had. Not because I lost, but because I just get hard red, hard red, hard red. and sleep powdered, sleep powdered, sleep powdered. I wish I could have provided better commentary. GG's to Agati, you played well. Like, you were in my head. You can also find his video in the description below, or his channel rather. I should take a break again because playing speed ties and pure mind games is not my way to play the game, and sleep powder jump love is a nightmare. I think I could have obviously played some turns differently, but yeah. GG to Agati. Like, I had so many turns that can just win me the game. In the end, I didn't decide to go for them, so it's on me. But yeah, I will come back stronger. GG. I don't know where all my anger comes from. I think the reason was that I just was very tilted at the meta game. I want to apologize to Agati. I want to apologize to my viewers if I played in a way that was not acceptable, and if I acted in a way that is just not something you want to see. I'm just super unhappy with how the set went, because I thought, okay, maybe this meta game is not that read heavy. Then I get hard read turn after turn. I mean, it was like not hard reads in terms of he loses instantly if he gets it wrong, and it wasn't like non-plays. Like, his plays in the end made sense. It is just super frustrating if nothing goes your way, and especially in a game like Pokemon, I just hate when everything comes down to coin flips and reads. I think it's the nature of the team as well. With Shadow Rider, Zama, Zenta, you have a lot of reads. And yeah, Jumpluff is also a very annoying Pokemon. That's why I had no fun. But we will see in NAIC, hopefully, if there will be a new team that will feature no big reads. Because I think the teams that will win NAIC or Worlds will be those that will not rely on multiple hard reads. At least that's what I hope, because in the beginning of Wakiji, I also thought, oh, this meta is so read heavy, but then I got better in that, and now in Regulation, I know that I won a special event, but even there I had to go for some crazy reads, and that's why I would say that for now, I don't like the meta because of all the reads that are happening. But we gotta see how we move on from here. I think Portland showcased some really, really good teams. Now in this outro, I also know how Aaron Brock finished. He actually finished top 4, almost going all the way with that team. But the stream matches also showcased that this team is very, very read heavy. So you can try it out yourself. You can find the rent in the description below. And also, if you wanna see the game out of Agati's perspective, as I already said, the channel is linked in the description as well. And let me know which opponent I should play next. Let me know which teams I should use next, because I always go for your teams, because that's what you wanna see. Just keep in mind that I will only use teams where there is no paste and rental available. For example, Nick Holmer's team is out of question because he will release the team. But that being said, I will see you next time. Bye bye.